Good day, everyone. Hope everybody's doing great today. Appreciate those who watch this video. I hope you enjoy it. And today we're talking about A Complete Unknown. This is a Bob Dylan biopic starring Timothee Chalamet. Chalamet? Oh, man, I hope I pronounced his name right. Sorry if I don't. It also stars Edward Norton, Elle Fanning, and Monica Barbaro. And all four of these actors do an excellent job portraying the characters. I mean, I don't really know Pete Seeger personally or seen any videos of him, but I believe that Edward Norton, I really got into his character, believe that he did it well. And there's parts I haven't seen of Pete Seeger on YouTube, YouTube videos where you show like clips of people. It seems like he got the voice right, and he did get the mannerisms right. And then Monica Barbaro, I feel like she did an excellent job as Joan Baez, especially if that's her singing. I mean, Joan Baez sings like an angel, and if that's her real voice, talking about Monica, I think she came very well near Joan Baez, if not exactly like Joan Baez. She did an excellent job with her songs. And if you are a Bob Dylan fan and you love his songs, you will love this movie. It's almost like a musical. There's so much singing in this. I basically would say this is a musical because there is a lot of songs that are played in this movie. Probably more songs in this movie than you would actually get in a musical, especially up front. The first 30 to 45 minutes is heavy loaded of early Bob Dylan songs. If you're somebody who don't like Bob Dylan's songs or can't stand his voice, you probably won't like the very beginning, like the first half of this movie. Like I said, there's a lot of singing, and Timothée does a very well job of portraying Bob Dylan's voice. It sounds very near or almost exactly like Bob Dylan did back in the 60s. So he does an excellent job of playing it. I mean, he got Bob Dylan's character down to like the fingernails. You ever seen pictures of Dylan's hands with those long fingernails? I didn't realize that until like near the end of the movie, but yeah, Timothy got those long fingernails just like Bob Dylan does when he plays his guitar. I feel like, excuse me, I feel like they got Dylan's essence right, like how he became from basically a nobody to a superstar and how driven he was. If you ever did watch Never Look Back. Don't Look Back. One thing you'll realize in that documentary, I highly recommend it if you want to know more about Bob Dylan, like his life when he went to tour, is if you ever watch Don't Look Back, he's always doing music. He's like, when he's not on stage or not doing interviews, it's like he's surrounded by music. He's either playing the guitar, writing songs, and in that documentary. And they get that feeling in this movie where he's always playing or writing songs in this movie. He's always getting like sources out, writing them down wherever he can, using his surroundings to inspire different songs. You see that all in this movie, how driven he was to become the big music star that he was. You also get the feeling that he was surprised by his fame. You get all that in this movie, like the atmosphere of those times, what his environment was during the 60s, during his time in New York, how this made him into the artist that he was. I think they did an excellent job on that. If you read anything about Bob Dylan, you would kind of know like the chronology of events are kind of out of whack, out of order. Like when he did his songs, like he wasn't writing Girl from the North Country when he first went to New York. I believe that was the first song he played to Woody in the movie. That stuff didn't come to after his first album. And they do capture like the atmosphere of his first album, how it basically was a dead on arrival. Nobody really cared about it. And then how his career progressed from that. So you really do get that feeling of his drive. And then the romance in this is what pretty much carries from, aside from his musical career, him writing songs, singing, performing. And then you have the romance side, and that really does carry the movie, gets you more invested into Bob Dylan in his life, and, you know, what's going on outside of music. Those two characters are really there to show another side of his personality, another side of Bob Dylan. No, I don't mean to quote didn't mean to name a album of his, but you do kind of see another side of Bob Dylan, and kind of like how his love life was in his life, I guess you could say. He did have loved ones, but he's well, and I'm going to go on to other stuff, but you know, he was kind of a womanizer, I guess you can say, lightly there. Hopefully he doesn't watch this review. I doubt that he will. Like he will ever care. But I feel like they did get that energy that he had during that time. Does a great job, this movie does, of getting that energy of him writing movies. Not movies, songs. I don't know why I said movies. Writing his songs and having that drive to become something better. I liked the relationship that they showed between him and Johnny Cash. I thought that was very well done, very well developed, and as far as I can hear and read, it's accurate to how their relationship began and their friendship began was through like letters, and then I think if anything, like I did like how they portrayed Joan Baez in this movie, but I think they got one thing kind of wrong about her character, was that she wasn't all thrilled about him going to electric, and that she felt like he was trying to escape the folk scene. Just like I was watching, like I said, going back to Don't Look Back, I don't think she really felt that way about him going electric, especially when she says a certain line at the end, and I don't feel like that line was really meant for her to be saying it, but for like the audience of the Newport Festival and the folk group at that time, folk singer group, I guess, I don't know how to say it, but you know, the people who were in that scene at the time, the folk musicians and their fans. I believe that line that she said there at the end, I'm not trying to get any spoilers, was more coming from them. But if you're seeing, like I said, and Don't Look Back, she seems like she didn't really mind him going to the electric side. Like she kind of enjoyed those songs. Like she just felt like she was supportive of him going from just acoustic to plugging in to electric. So I feel like if anything, that might part of her character probably wasn't right. They didn't enjoy the Joan Baez character that they had in the film. She was a little feisty. She kind of was like she read Bob Dylan like a book. You know, she wasn't going for his fairy tales. Or, you know, she was going to go for his fairy tales, tongue-tied fairy tales or anything like that. She just straight up knew that, you know, a lot of his stuff that he would say was just out there, just spatting nonsense. I kind of like that about her character. And like I said, she was a little feisty, especially when their relationship was on the rocks a little bit. You know, she was giving it to him just as much as he would give it to her. And then the Elle character, which was loosely based on a real-life girlfriend, she was more like, I guess, naive, you know, and ignorant to the world a little bit, especially to him and how he talked and moved and stuff, especially at the beginning, when she was wanting to get know like the real Bob Dylan, you know, not all the tales that she was telling him. She wasn't really know who he was. And they did kind of play up like the sister of her a little bit. I don't know if you ever heard of this song, Ballad in Plain D. You know that Dylan and the sister, maybe even the mom, didn't really get along with him. And maybe that kind of suggested in that song, there was ones that kind of broke up that relationship. You kind of get a hint of that in this as well. Overall, I'll recommend this. Especially if you're a Bob Dylan fan, I recommend this. I think it's very well done. Like I said, all the actors portray the characters very well. This though, take like the events that happen, didn't really happen in that order. They're kind of mixed here, you know, they're out of whack and stuff. Like I said, there's a scene when he's actually at the festival when he goes electric, somebody yells out Judas. We know that doesn't happen till later on, 1965. That didn't happen there at the festival. But it's very well placed because those people did feel like he betrayed them, and turned his back on them. Overall, great show. Check it out. If you check it out when you have a time. It's definitely a show worth watching in the theater and paying the money for. Hopefully you enjoyed this review, and it wasn't too bad. Have a great day. Bye.